Hello, good afternoon.
Hello.
So, today's speech is to inform you and to let you know about some of the nonprofit organizations that we have here in the United States and in the world. At the end of the speech, you're going to learn what a nonprofit organization is and what the Red Cross has helped us with throughout history. Okay? So, I have a question for you, and for you, and for you. Have you ever gotten your blood drawn before? Have you ever donated blood before? No. Alright, then you are one of the people that will be benefited in learning from this speech. Did you know that every time you are supposed to donate blood, you could be saving as many as 3 lives? Did you know? No. Well, now you know. Also, the blood centers of the Pacific state that every year, about 4.5 million people in the United States need a blood transfusion. So, if you're ever part of those 45 million people, 4.5 million people that need a blood transfusion, you'll be happy that there's somebody donating their blood for you and that you're probably going to get a transfusion if you really need one. Okay? So, the nonprofit organization that I'm going to be talking about is the Red Cross of America, or the American Red Cross. There's also the International Red Cross, but we're only going to focus on the American Red Cross. Okay. The history of the Red Cross. Well, let me tell you about it. This started back during the Civil War. Back in 1881, 1865, 1861 through 1865. There was a lot of casualties during the Civil War here in the United States. And women didn't really have a role back in the Civil War besides staying at home and taking care of their injured soldiers. So this is one woman, Clara Barton, and she was actually a nurse during the Civil War, and she was part of the nurses that would go and treat the soldiers, and they were running back and forth, getting supplies and helping them treat the wounds and all that stuff. So this is kind of how the Red Cross began, by somebody actually being part of a team of nurses. So she started with this, and she founded the Red Cross when she was 60 years old, and she was part of it for 23 years, so she led it till she was about 90-some. Right? So this is kind of the history and why it began, mainly to help people and to treat them more like a medical nonprofit organization. Right? So also, the part of something that Clara Barton was the founder, she was also part of the first woman to serve in the federal government and to gain an employment there. So she was kind of a woman that stood up for herself, even though back in the day there was no really women's right and stuff like that. But she was one of the few. And she also established the Red Cross of America. So she also, like I told you, risked her life by going back and forth and helping those soldiers and helping them and treating their wounds. And from there she got like a little group of people to help her out and make this whole new team of emergency people. Okay, so I'm going to talk about the Red Cross in the United States, what they do. Maybe you've seen the white flag with the little red cross on it. Well, that looks kind of like the Swiss Army knife, the Swiss flag, but it really is, and it's just the Red Cross. You see them everywhere. They're like on ambulances and stuff. Also, part of the things that they do they are part of the disaster relief, which means that anytime a disaster hits the nation and stuff like that, they'll be there on the scene, kind of like the hurricanes or the earthquakes or fires or tornadoes and stuff like that. So they'll be there on the scene. Okay, so things that they do are for example, in 2015, according to the Red Cross statistical page, they were there for 76,000 disasters in 2015 alone. And so in a whole year, they were responding to large disasters. They provided 34,000 overnight stays. So anytime there was a disaster, they would provide a school or a gym and take in 34,000 overnight people staying overnight. They served over 1.1 million meals and snacks. And this is all coming as a nonprofit organization, so they're not really charging you to help you and cure you, you know. And they distributed over 800,000 relief items. And also 19,000 household recovered. So anytime that a house would come down or a tornado would take away a home, they were there trying to repair the houses also. And you see them kind of like when the tsunamis are coming and people need help, and you see like those little red boats taking people ashore when things and like tsunamis strike like that, kind of like the Nepal incident that just happened that you see on the commercials all the time. And some of the things that they actually currently do right now are they provide disaster relief, like I had mentioned, for earthquakes, hurricanes, home fires every year. They support military families by anytime that they help veterans, anytime that there's military wounds and stuff like that overseas, they are there also. And the most important current thing they do, they have the life-saving blood, which comes from the donations that we talked about, the blood donations. They help provide more than 40% of the American blood supply. So every time an American needs some sort of blood transfusion, 40% of the bank that they have stored comes from the Red Cross of America donation. So they play a really big role in the help of the Americans. It can range from disasters to veterans to blood donations and things like that. So finally, the Red Cross is a nonprofit organization because they do not benefit or get any type of monetary reward for helping other people. They just get donations and stuff like that to aid. So they are currently still helping with disasters. So this is kind of like an ongoing thing since it started back in the Civil War. They've just developed it and grown, and it's actually international now. So every country has their own Red Cross station or group. And so this is not only about the history, this is also about what they actually do right now to help our community and how they serve us. And if you go to school, you can actually, you've seen the Red Cross America, the Red Cross bus with the donations, and it tells you, hey, if you donate blood, you'll save 3 lives and stuff like that. So next time you walk by that bus, try to get on and think, hey, what if in the future I might be part of those 4.5 million people that will need a blood transfusion in the future? So let me just get in there, donate 1 pint of blood, because the body has 10, you're only giving 1. Your body will replenish it later on. So you can be part of that help too. So this is about the Red Cross and how it has helped serve our community. Thank you.